Let me ask you something. How loud should outrage be when sovereignty is at stake? And why is Vice President Sara Duterte screaming about one issue but deafeningly silent on others that cut just as deep? She's accusing President Bongbong Marcos of nothing less than treason, of allegedly allowing a foreign power, the International Criminal Court, to intrude into our sovereignty by facilitating the so-called rendition of her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte. In her words, it's not going to happen without the president's approval. She's painting a picture of a leader handing over his own citizen to a foreign body. She called it kidnapping. Let that sink in. But here's where her moral compass starts spinning wildly. 3 Filipinos are currently detained in China, allegedly accused of being part of a Philippine spy agency that doesn't even exist. They're held without clear legal process in a foreign land, and the Vice President has said nothing, not one word of condemnation, not one public appeal. Why the silence? Where's the outrage when it's China holding Filipinos for an imaginary crime? Where is her fierce defense of sovereignty when it comes to the West Philippine Sea, where Chinese vessels continue to intrude, blockade, and harass Filipino fishermen? Her voice, so loud against Marcos, is a whisper, or worse, mute, when the aggressor is China. Let's not forget, this is the same woman whose father once joked about turning the Philippines into a province of China. And more seriously, former President Rodrigo Duterte himself once floated the idea of declaring independence for Mindanao, separating it from the rest of the country. His words weren't a joke. It was a threat to national unity, one that went largely unchallenged by those now claiming to defend the Republic's sovereignty. Meanwhile, Senator Amy Marcos, the president's sister, submits a Senate report calling for administrative and criminal charges against officials involved in Duterte's arrest. Is that political theater or serious governance? It depends who you ask. But the timing, the noise, the headlines, they all seem coordinated to stir distrust at home and chaos in the international eye. Then there's the other drama. Vice President Sara Duterte, again, criticizing President Marcos on the 20 peso per kilo rice promise. She called it a broken promise. But when asked if she had a way to make it happen, she claimed she had a formula, yet refused to share it. And that's when Undersecretary Claire Castro fired back, saying, "Ang kilos niya ay parang bata." She's acting like a child. She added, if she has the solution, why won't she help instead of attacking? Why indeed? It seems we're watching not just a political rift, but a carefully calculated campaign of undermining, with public trust as the collateral damage. When accusations of kidnapping are thrown around like confetti, but actual foreign detentions are ignored, ask yourself, whose sovereignty are we defending? And for whom? This isn't just about Marcos or Duterte. This is about the Filipino people being used as pawns in a game of power and revenge, and it needs to stop. So I ask you, when will we start holding all our leaders accountable, not just the ones out of favor? If you believe in sovereignty, justice, and truth, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to AngKampanero, Tinig ng Katotohanan, Tunog ng Kasaysayan. Your voice matters. Your support fuels fearless journalism. And to our growing community of subscribers, thank you. Salamat sa tiwala at suporta. More videos are coming. Stay sharp, stay aware. This is AngKampanero.